Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. Jessica Dugas here for Project Joy Live. We have a great show today because coming up in next Tuesday, we have the premiere of Beyond 2D happening. So, of course, I had to bring my very amazing co-host, Farron Dozier, to join us on the show today. We're going to talk about what that series, what we're going to be doing, kicking off season 3 of Beyond 2D, plus all your joyful things. So, stay tuned. A new episode is starting right now. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. It is Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. Yesterday, I celebrated my 44th birthday. That was very lovely. It's interesting because my husband came home last night. He had to work all day and he came home and he's like, "Did you have a good day?" And I'm like, I want you to know that you all did everything you could do to make my day good. A couple days ago, my shoulder really started bothering me, and so I've been like still doing my workouts and everything in the morning, but it was a lot of pressure. And yesterday the pain was so bad, so bad. So I mean, the good news is I got to spend my birthday with the heating pad, you know, and just being as comfortable as I could. But my family really tried to make the day as good as possible for me, and so I just really appreciate that. And I thank everybody who sent messages. I got a couple birthday songs. I got sent to me, a couple voice messages, a few gifts. And I just really appreciate that. And it means a lot. It means a lot to me because I can remember a couple birthdays where I wasn't sure if I would make the next one because of health issues and things like that. And so every birthday, I'm overwhelmingly grateful. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody for celebrating with me. And also, in case you're not on my personal Facebook and didn't see my story, this morning I think I'm on day 213, I think, of working out in a row in the mornings. And so yesterday, it was a nice little shift for me because typically on my birthday I'll be like, well, it's my birthday, so I decide to just I deserve to just lay out, not do anything, right? But I decided yesterday, because it was my birthday, that I deserve to be healthy and I deserve to be well. And so that's why I decided to still work out anyway and get my exercise on in the morning. So I appreciate all the love that I've gotten on that as well. Um, there's a few things that are bringing me joy right now that I want to share with you. Number one, Farron Dozier is here, you guys. He's my Beyond 2D co-host, and we're coming back for season 3. I can't believe that already. Starting next Tuesday evening, and we're going to be sharing about what we're going to be talking about for the show. For the first 4 episodes, give you a little sneak peek of what our topic's going to be. Might have something to do with love. What's love got to do with it? We're going to find out. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Whatever song lyrics you want to insert here. We're going to talk about that coming up. There's a few other things though too that I wanted to share really quickly that are bringing me a lot of joy. Uh, right before he came back for this season of Project Joy, a really, really good friend of mine from back in school days, Henry Beckford, passed away. And it, that one hit me hard. it hit me hard. I'm not gonna lie about that. We've had many people from my class and also my brother's class pass away. My brother being one of those people, and several of us in my class shared a sibling with someone in my brother's class, which is kind of cool. Going through the years that we keep an eye on each other's siblings and whatnot, and Henry was in my class. We were really good friends. Henry's dad was our mailman for many, 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 many years. And then his brother, Tristan, one of his brothers, Jamal's the other brother, Tristan was really good friends with my brother in his class. And so it it was a moment that we got to have at the celebration of life a couple weekends ago, where I was there. I've lost my brother. Tristan was there. He's now lost his brother Henry. My friend Amy was there. She lost her brother last year, also from the same class as my brother. I know it's so wild. And it's this sort of I don't know. It's this special group that has dealt with loss of a sibling. I can't really describe it. It's something that's really interesting and different. It's been a different experience with that compared to a lot of the other grief experiences that I have had, including my grandparents and friends and things like that. So um I really just wanted to take a minute, and I wanted to share this because Henry was always smiling, and that was something that they talked about a lot at the celebration of life. And so they gave out these pictures of Henry. I don't know if y'all can see this well here, but he just always walked around just like that. It didn't matter what kind of day he was having. It didn't matter anything, but he always, always, always had this big old smile on his face. And so I wanted to share his picture today and encourage you to just smile today. Just smile to smile. No, you don't have to have a reason. Just smile and share that moment of smiling in honor of Henry. It was also really great at the celebration of life that I got to run into old teachers and mentors and friends, and from back in the day that I had not had a chance to connect with since moving back to Connecticut yet. So that was nice as well. And yeah, even though in the midst of sadness we can find the joy, right? We can find the things that bring us a little bit of happiness and joy. And so I wanted to share that little bit for Henry. I want to check over in the comments really quickly before we have a new little mini segment here. Miss Teresa's joining us this morning. Miss Brittany is here today. Yes, the heating pad is life. Brittany is a whole thing. Mr. Jackson's here. Good morning, Mr. Jackson. Good to see you. Thank you for the belated birthday wishes. Yes, smile to smile. That you don't have to have a reason, just do it. We've got a new little segment that I want to do with you guys, that is going to be called the Joyversations. That it's a word I just made up. Joyversations, conversations, but putting the joy in there. I have a question I want to ask everybody before we go to our first break, and then we're going to be coming back with Farron. But over the break, I want you to answer this in the comments. These are just little questions I want to ask to get to know you guys a little bit better, have you participate in the show. Today's question goes with our topic today. So go figure. What do you think it means to love someone? What do you think it means to love someone? I know it's a loaded question, but I want you to answer to the best of your ability down in the comments. We're going to take a little quick break, learn about sickle cell trait, and we'll be right back with Farron Dozier.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, did you see the game last night?
Oh, that was a good game.
But did you see the shot?
I lost money from that shot.
Oh, man, that shot was cold,
I
man.
hated it, but it was good. Damn. What's in those jeans?
You really want to know?
I do.
Exhaustion, muscle spasms, asthmatic issues, unexpected sickle cell trait crises.
Damn. Are you serious? When I was young, I found out I had sickle cell trait. My mom's told me, but I ain't have no knowledge of it. But when I got older, I had a child, and the doctor told me my daughter has sickle cell trait. Do you know the facts that both parents have sickle cell trait? There's a 50% chance the child may have the trait, and 25% chance the child may have the disease.
Hey, that's what's the count. Do you know that 2.5 million people in the United States have sickle cell trait, 300 million people globally? I didn't find out I had sickle cell trait until I was in the Army 10 years. Next thing you know, I had a sickle cell trait exertion site.
Sickle cell? I thought that was a black gene or something.
Nah, man, the Latin community is number 2. 1 out of 36,000 babies are being born with sickle cell disease. You could be Caucasian, Mediterranean, European. You gotta know your bloodline, man.
There is an inherited gene in our community that has been forgotten. The name is sickle cell trait. WDCONSCT, also known as What's the Count, is out to bring awareness, education, and prevention to people all over the globe. Want more information? Call us now at 323-215-5384 or visit www.wdconsct.org.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live, and welcome back, Farron Dozier. He's here with us this morning from the West Coast.
Cha cha cha.
Thank you. I was sharing. My kids were looking at all the posts on my Facebook yesterday for my birthday, and my daughter goes, "Why does he just say cha cha cha?"
Because you have to sing the rest of it.
That's it. That's what that's what it is. I'm very excited to have you back here on the early morning show. And I'm excited. I can't believe season 3.
I know.
Season 3 is coming up with Beyond 2D.
When you said it, I was like, "Is that really season 3?"
It is.
We've talked 2 seasons.
Yeah, and great conversations, and I'm excited. I feel like I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm ready to kind of just push the boundaries a little bit this season.
I think we've laid enough of the foundation to like go to that next one. So yeah, I agree. I think the love conversation is going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, love conversation, and then we're gonna be after we're gonna do 4 parts about love, which we'll get into in just a couple minutes here, and then we're gonna move into like decisions versus choices.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about that for four episodes as well, which I think will be much needed because there's so much going on in the outside world around the globe right now. I think there's a lot of people that are forgetting the choices that you have every moment.
Every moment.
Yeah.
Every moment.
What in particular is bringing you joy today, Farron?
Wow. Just the ability to wake up this morning.
And early
too. Just joy, because like as you said earlier in your intro, sometimes we look for happiness outside of us. But once you truly discover that you can have joy in the midst of your circumstances, no matter what's going on, when you get to that experience of joy and you feel it, that's what you chase. And so just, and people say like a cliche, oh, just being able to wake up in the morning. Yeah, that present is a gift.
Yeah.
Sure.
How many times do we say that and then we go on about the day acting like a fool? I mean,
exactly. Exactly.
We need to have a little more joy. I want to shout out this morning to our friends over on Instagram. We're streaming live on Instagram this year as well. So good to see you guys over there this morning. So I asked a question before the break, and I think the response or lack of response is going to be very interesting because I think it is a very, very layered, nuanced topic that we're going to talking about love, the first 4 episodes of Beyond 2D. Miss Brittany said, I asked the question before the break. Let me pull it up on the screen really quickly and give y'all time to answer if some of y'all want to answer, because I see y'all there being quiet. What do you think it means to love someone? Brittany said, loving someone means truly seeing them, or means seeing them, truly seeing them for who they are beyond the surface, beyond expectations, beyond what they can offer you. It's a deep, unspoken understanding, a connection that feels like home even when life is chaotic. It's supporting and encouraging someone during their journey. And then she goes on to say it is very layered. It's very layered.
Yeah.
But everybody else doesn't want to answer. Right
I'm,
now,
I'm,
they're
I'm,
all
with, I'm with them. I'm with them. Next question, please.
they're all being quiet. The first episode, we're going to attempt to define love, like what is love exactly. And I think that it's one of those things that it is very layered, but I think one of the things you and I have focused on talking about is communication and like what words mean to everyone. And I think part of the challenge with love is that we all have a very different definition of what that actually means.
And so I like to say when you say the word layers, the first thing comes to mind for me is how I live my life today.
Mhm.
I live through my ideology, my philosophy, and my theology. And each one of those has a different experience and conversation about what love is. So I like that we can say that it's layered. So then when you people say what is it's layered, like what does that mean? Like what are you saying? Right?
Right.
So again, we talk about language and words. So what are you really saying behind the context of it's layered? Like what
Right.
is that for you? And maybe
Right.
that's a good place to start is to tell the truth to yourself first. Like,
Mm.
what is it? Is it what I learned on the movie screen, or books that I've read, or
Mm.
watching my family? Because we learn things from our environment, but it's sometimes it's not from our own choice or our
Right.
own like. I want to be like this, but then I see my dad be like that, or I want to be like this, but I see my uncle do that. So it's like
Mm.
I'm gonna try what they did, and then no, that didn't work, and then I'm gonna try what I want, but then I don't know what I want. So it's like so what is the layer that you're talking about? And can
Right.
you articulate that?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's going to be an interesting question to dive into as well. Teresa decided to chime in. She
Oh, well,
said,
hello.
you're going to love this one. I see love as more than an emotion or sweet chocolates. It's a way of life and a direct portal to God.
Let's see. There we go. I said it for
Mm.
myself. There's three layers to it, and those are my three. And I had to challenge those layers up against something new that was outside of myself
Mm.
to see if what I thought about love was what those beliefs that I want to use
Yeah.
align. And guess what? They didn't.
Yeah. I know one of the other things that you're itching to talk about when when we start this is that the different types of love
Mm-hmm.
and the different words for love that
Yeah.
have been both biblical and just historical in general. Why is it important to you? I mean, just to give a little insight before we do the premiere of the show, why is it important to you to define different types of love?
Because as how I grew up, or even how I language love, it'd be like, oh, I love you, and it's 65 degrees outside. Like there was no difference. I love my car, I love my computer, I love my
Mm.
phone. And so in my growing up and expressing it, it was like all the same. Like I couldn't tell you that I love you, and it was like and you experienced it in how I said it.
Mm.
And that all came from being guarded. So again, when I got into my personal development, it was like sometimes you gotta get the dictionary and you gotta read and find the word that best describes your emotion, your feeling.
Yeah.
And as the last comment was, when I went to what the Bible had to say about love, it broke it down into different words. And so, example, storge love. Storge love is family and sibling love.
Mm.
So when someone says, I storge you, they know that, oh, you're talking about family, it's talking about your sibling, somebody
Mhm.
in your family. And so But when you look at storge love and what it actually means, it also comes with a sense of obligation. Right? So when I looked at it, I was like, well, no wonder it feels like you got to do stuff for your family. Like you're obligated to be there because that's my mom or my dad or my sister or my uncle. And so sometimes we don't want to do stuff. But for our family, it feels like an obligation. And that definition specifically said it comes with a sense of obligation. So it made sense. And so I was like, okay, I again, these principles and philosophies that I'm looking for, that fits.
Right.
It gave me another level of expression than just saying I love you and it's 75 degrees.
Right. I mean, it kind of, as you're talking about these different definitions or different translations of love and how they're connected to different things, it brings me to another question, which I'm sure we'll get into as the conversation goes on the show as well, which is another word that we've talked about, which is responsibility. And so the question is, in a relationship with someone, whose responsibility is it to either express or receive which version of love it is? Or is it even important? If you're in a relationship, is it important for you to say to a person, oh, I love you like family, or I love you like a friend, or I love you like a lover, or I love you like whatever? Like, it doesn't even matter that we do that.
I think it does matter because, again, you can grow up in the same house with your siblings and your parents, and everyone has a different view of everybody in the house. And if we can talk about sports and weather, why can't we have some serious, deep conversations about relationships and be like, hey, what's going on with you? How do you see this family? How do you see me? How do you and be okay to accept that conversation because that might be the thing that restores or brings you closer. Like it's a fear that we have because, again, with relationships and love, we don't want to be rejected. Like there's ways of being that we experience those fractures, and I don't want to experience that again at any cost, even if it's with my mom or dad or my sister. But that's because that space lives over here. So I believe you have to have these tough conversations, especially if you're in the dating world. So that you
I was gonna say that I feel like it's a little different for me at the because I've been married for a minute, now, and I don't feel like I have. I mean, maybe some people you should. I don't know. I don't feel like I have to have that conversation with people. But back when I was dating, I could see how that would have been so much easier on me to just know where the hell somebody stands. Because you know how sometimes you're in this sort of situationship,
yeah,
as
exactly.
the kids say, and you're like,
exactly.
what do you love me like that, or do you, like, what kind of love is this,
Exactly. And so all of those things are important, and you just got to be able to have that confidence and courage to go past your feelings and emotions to really have that conversation. And ultimately, as we break this down, I'm gonna just because I don't want to give it all away yet.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do anything but pay your taxes. But you have to get to a point where you stop knowing somebody. Because once you think you know someone, then you don't listen to them anymore. You don't allow that person to grow in front of you. You don't allow that person to express what they've been pretending. Now that the real them shows up and you're like, ooh, what is that? Like, I didn't expect that from you. Where'd that come from? Well, I've been trying to ease my love out, and so I learned really at one of the ingredients of relationships and love is you don't want to think I know the person. Because then you stop listening to them, and when they have a conversation about something, you already know what they're going to say about that subject. Then you don't give them the space to express themselves.
Right.
So the layers that we're talking about, those are the different nuances and layers that I believe everybody could agree to that conversation. But then what does it look like for you, and why do we block that?
Right.
So the layers piece is important to take apart.
Yeah, I think so too. By the way, Brittany said I love clear communication while dating in general also,
Yeah.
but while dating especially. So we'll definitely get into that as we start next Tuesday evening. By the way, guys, is the premiere. I think it's February 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern
Mm,
time, 3 p.m.
on my time.
Pacific time over there at Farron's house. Um, so I, one of the things we kind of committed when we started Beyond 2D to talk about hard things and create the space for people to feel safe in talking about those hard things with us. We really do encourage communication and conversation in through the chat during the show. And even if you're like, hey, this is a topic that really inspires me and I have expertise or lived experience to share about this topic, you can always email me, Jessica at thebreakthroughshow.com, and we can talk about having you on the show as well. But we love to open up the floor where people feel safe to do it. And it's even more important to me this year because I'm hearing so much narrative out there about if someone doesn't agree with you, just cut them off.
Yeah.
Just delete them on the Facebook. Don't go to their, holiday activity or birthday activity. Don't talk to them at all. Without, I mean, we're just skipping all of these other choices, which goes into our next topic on Beyond 2D. But it skips all these other choices that we could make before just taking a relationship and throwing it completely in the trash. Is there ever a time for you that you can think of where you're like, I wouldn't even bother having a conversation?
The last 14 years, no.
Mhm.
Prior to my 40th birthday,
Mm.
probably, yeah. It would be natural to cut people off. And to understand where that's coming from today, again, it makes sense. We as human beings, we're guarded, right? And also, we love to be right.
Mm. What?
We love to be right. And let me tell you, if you love to be right in your experience of relationships at whatever level, there's no love present.
Mm.
And that's the difference. So yeah, I would love to be right because I want to get my point across, because I want you to get what I'm saying, and I don't care what you have to say about this subject. And you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because this is how I think, and my opinion is the truth.
Mm.
And so there we have it. And it's worse today because now we have news in our palm of our hand. Now we got stories and all people sharing their opinions as their truth. And so I don't agree with what you have to say. I don't agree with that you voted for that person. I don't agree about that bill. And so you're wrong.
Right. Right.
And there is, again, look at it for yourself, the empirical truth. There is no love present in the midst of when you're being right and wrong with the person.
Mm. I love this. I think this is going to be a very needed conversation. I don't think it's
I don't want to have it.
I don't think like anything that we've chosen to talk about on the show that it's going to be an easy one. I think that it's going to take some effort, but we would love for y'all to show up every other Tuesday, like I said, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm trying to help all of y'all out on Farron's time. But
I'm still challenged with what love is right now. So as I'm sharing, on this platform, as I told Jessica, this is perfect for me because I get to put my life in these conversations, right? And this is something that is valuable to me because where else can I go beyond 2D and then actually share my truth? It may not be the truth, but this is the one show that I really get to just be like, okay, this is what I learned, or this is how I was, and this is what I'm doing. And so people need that space, and that's what we wanted to create.
Love it. I love it. There's a lot of as we know, we may have certain opinions about things, and then sometimes outside opinions, or even these phrases or sayings that we get caught up with, song lyrics, even like things like that. It will get stuck in our head that that's the way things is. When I hear love, I automatically have 50 million songs come into my what is love, baby, don't hurt me, and then
Owner of a lonely heart.
listen, we had there's just so many things that pop into my head. Love is a battlefield. We've heard that one, some good songs there. But we also had Robert Lukian, who you guys, I shared all about this the end of last year. He participated in The Voice Romania and came in second place. He's been here on Project Joy. When he came out with his song called What Is Love, and the lyric that sticks out with me that repeats throughout the song is, what is love, what is the truth? Like, what is the truth, like your truth of what love is supposed to be. And I think that I hope that through this first series that we're going to cover, the first 4 episodes about love, that it's going to help you discover what your truth is about love, and what love means to you. And are you being love?
Thank you, because I was just sitting here, I love the work that I've done, because I can have my subconscious mind doing some research while I'm listening to you. And so my mind pops up and says, a lot of times we think we just do love and it just exists there, and it should be, and you should know I love you. Like, no, that's not the case.
You should just know, because
you're
all psychic. So the first episode, February 11th, is titled What is Love? We're going to give our thoughts, our opinions on what love is, what it means to us. Episode 2 is going to be February 25th, and it's titled The Language of Love. We're going to talk about the history of the word love, and we're also going to talk about that certain book that came out called The Love Languages. We're gonna talk about as well.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We.
Oh, we're French. Oh, we're French now. Oh, now we're French. Oh, now I'm French. All right.
Oh, that's what we're going to talk about. March 11th, we're just titled Unmasking Love's Challenges. So we're going to talk about some of the challenges with love and love relationships. And then finally, I always love our final episode in a series, because it really takes us into the action of things. And so March 25th, it's Love in Action. How can we show more love, express more love, have better conversations about love, communicate better about love? I think it's set up to be fantastic, whether Farron's excited about it or not.
No, I think I'm going to learn something.
I know I'm going to learn. So I always walk away. I'm a little bit biased, but I always walk away feeling better in general about our topics than I started.
I need to peel off a few layers still. I'm still fractured a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so when you say layered, are you thinking of an onion or cake?
Oh, I'm thinking of an onion.
See, I'm thinking about cake because it was my birthday yesterday.
see, but that onion, this is what the onion does. See, when you peel it and you start cutting it, and your eyes get a little bit watery, right?
Yeah.
And then you still cutting it, and you chop it up, and then you take it and you saute it with whatever that steak is, and then see how much flavor that onion gives. So to me, it's flavor.
But see, I get that same misty feeling over a nice, delicious, moist cake. My cake yesterday, it had lemons and blueberries, and it was so.
But did you cry?
I did. I did,
because
it was so good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, have your onions and cake and eat it too. How's that?
Good morning, Danielle. Danielle immediately thought of Shrek, so she's with you on the onion, because that's what he says. Ogres have layers like onions.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe you need a good cry.
All right, listen.
I think I'm crying right now just talking about it.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and close things up with Farron.
Tito, give me some tissue, Tito.
Don't miss the premiere of Beyond 2D Season 3, Tuesday, February 11th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, and we'll
I'm
be
only
mixing
human.
this.
That's my love song.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. It is Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. I'm here this morning with my Beyond 2D co-host, retired Sergeant Army First Class Farron Dozier. I probably said that out of order, but I tried.
It's all right. It's all right.
You know what? So another thing that brings me a lot of joy today. My dad was here this past weekend. He came up for 2 days, and you know what he said to me? He said, you know who I really like? He said, that one guy. I was on his show. And I said, that's Farron. I said, I love me some Farron. We'll find out. Do I love Farron like cake?
Yes, like
Do
cake
I love
or onions. Hopefully it's onions. Saute it up and chop it up.
Oh Lord. Okay. Listen. All right. We got to do birthdays today. You know anybody that has a birthday?
Nope.
All right. We're going to do it anyway. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. The birthdays this morning in the world of celebrity. You know who has a birthday today?
Who?
One day after mine. Bobby Brown. Every little step I take.
It is his prerogative.
It's my prerogative. We get to do birthdays every day. 56 years old today. Bobby Brown is.
Oh, it's got me beat. He's a little bit older than I is.
Just by a minute. And also, baseball player Hank Aaron, who passed away in 2021, he had a birthday today as well. I think he beat Babe Ruth's record. I'm so bad with baseball.
Yeah, me too.
So we're just going to go with that. Happy birthday, Karen. In the celebrities in my life, Shelby De La Rosa has a birthday. Happy birthday, Shelby. Yolanda Davis, happy birthday to you. Tina Rasmussen has a happy birthday. Breakthrough alumni Steve Kirch has a birthday today. And Marcy Meltzer has a birthday today as well. All right,
Marcy.
Happy birthday to everybody that's celebrating. And thank you again to everybody who shared birthday love yesterday for me and all my friends who also had birthdays yesterday. All right. So let's get our birthday song on. Farron, you ready?
No.
Yeah.
me.
Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday, dear Bobby Brown, Hank, Aaron, Shelby, Yolanda, Tina, Steve, and Marcy.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. See, even if you don't have a birthday, that song is a whole vibe. You just dance it out.
I'm gonna make sure I call it on my birthday next month.
That you need to. Must need to do that. Must need to do that. I don't even know if that made English sense, but here we are.
It's radio TV. Say what we want.
You just look at you're passing it on out there. Teresa says,
Thank you, Teresa. Somebody knows. See.
I love it.
The best part of the song.
I love it. What are you most looking for? Any big goals you have this year, or anything that you personally yourself are looking forward to in 2025?
Well, I don't know if you know, but I purchased another territory for the ABA.
This man cannot stay retired for 5 seconds. Everybody can't do it. He can't do it.
But it fits my vision.
Well, there you go. That works.
It's my third team, and
Okay.
currently they are number 12 out of the ABA. That's the American Basketball Association. Out of the league, they're number 12 right now. And so my buddy who owned the team didn't want to be an owner anymore. And so he trusts me, and he approached me about taking it over. And it's perfect because the basketball ministry that I'm creating, it fits it. And it's right here in my backyard. I live in the IE. So it's like, so I have one in Ventura County. I have one over the hill, Riverside, and now one in my backyard.
Yeah.
In the IE. So that's the plan.
So what's your goal with collecting all these teams?
So ultimately, it's a beyond 2D conversation. It's allowing the players, because a lot of people, if we really tell the truth, we have identity crisis. We may not language it as such, but why am I born? Why am I here? What am I responsible for? What can I do? And so a lot of our identities get trapped up in our careers. It gets trapped in these past dreams of being an NBA player, or whatever that is. And sometimes what we're driven by also hurts us. It harms us. It holds us back. And so I just want the guys that are willing. I'm not saying everybody's going to want to be a part of that conversation.
Right.
But those that are willing to do that work and be that work, find your peace. Because love is connected to this conversation. Loving yourself first is connected to these conversations. And just the opportunity to have that platform and have those conversations while they're chasing their hoop dream, I want them to walk away as a better person.
I love that.
And chase this ABA championship. Like, so it's all layered. But for me, as the work that I had to do for myself, and then being able to listen to others, you can hear where people are stuck. Right. And it's not for me to tell you, oh, you're stuck right there. No, it's for me to have a conversation if they're willing and be like, so what's going on with you? And I said, what's going on with you? And they just blah, 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 blah. And
see how we keep coming back to this, have a conversation, communicate. Every topic that Farron and I have ever talked about comes back around to conversation and communication. Not one time did we say, go cut somebody off.
No,
not one time. We don't do that here.
Don't do that. No,
don't do that here. Teresa said she grew up outside of Riverside.
Riverside.
Teresa, I need to hear you say it just like that. Just like that. I need it. That would bring me so much joy. You have no idea. I need to hear just like that. Danielle loves that idea with the team. So I think you're always doing good work. And even though you and my dad both won't sit down in your retirement for 5 seconds, I'm glad that y'all are.
I'm trying to, but I will tell you this though. I don't know why it took 3 teams, but
are you feeling full now?
Yeah, you're like no, like after I sat down, I was like, okay, you prayed for this, you talked to God about this, and this is showing up. And so in my soul, in my mind, will, and emotions, I finally experienced myself as an owner of basketball thing. But I said, why did it take 3 though? Then she said Riverside.
I'm gonna, next time I see Teresa, I'm gonna record that. I'm gonna make her record that.
So yeah, it's all about having some fun. It's really all about having some
Yeah.
fun. And honestly, my basketball identity, because I can't play anymore because of my exertion with sickle cell trait and my whatever, like that's me connected to the sport.
Yeah.
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 So it's gonna be fun and exciting and life altering.
We only know about one basketball over here in Connecticut land. Who is it? Who is it, Farron? Test a test of your basketball
I
knowledge.
don't even know who y'all got over there.
UConn Huskies, baby.
Oh,
UConn
that's right. You're a
Huskies.
college because you're a college town. You don't have an NBA team over there. So
No, we don't have
you're
that
college.
here.
You're
Yeah.
college.
They're as crazy about the UConn Huskies here as when we lived down in Alabama about the SEC, the college football down
Mhm.
there. But we're more on like NFL teams up in, Patriots, the whoever the other ones are. I don't even know.
Yeah. I forgot there was a college environment over there where you are.
Yeah. We're so, even from my house, I'm within an hour of, UConn, Yale, within 2 hours to Harvard, like all the big schools up in this area and whatnot. But anyway,
I had a UConn jacket that I had given to my dad. I'm trying to see if I kept it when he passed away. Did I put that in that bag?
Yeah,
might be in that bag still.
you need to find out if you have that, because that would be.
I'm not ready to go in that. I'm not ready to go in that bag.
Okay,
yet.
well, when you're ready, just don't think about it. You're pulling that jacket out for Jessica. That's what you're doing.
I'm still in our grief segment from the previous season. I'm still in the grief segment. So
I get it.
I'm not ready to touch that bag because he painted on his clothes. So my dad was an artist too, right?
Wow.
So I kept the clothes that had his artwork so I could pass them to my grandchildren, but I just haven't had the wherewithal to go in there and open that bag yet. So
yeah. See, professional teams. My grandfather was a big Boston Celtics fan. He was big Celtics. I mean, that's pretty much what we hear up in this area.
Yeah,
Celtics.
exactly.
Because we're super close to Boston.
You're right there.
Yeah. Very, very close. All right, listen, I got to tell you about what's happening next on the Breakthrough Show Network, and then we're going to say goodbye. So just hang on. So the next
drop that lyric.
Yeah. I want to finish it so bad, but it's too early. It's not that time yet.
Mind control. See, I'm so glad I have a relation with my subconscious mind, because it was ready to blurt it out.
every time. So listen, next thing happening in the Breakthrough Show Network tomorrow afternoon, Brittany Floyd is hosting Mindful Doodling at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you're on Farron's time, that's 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, or Pacific time. But it's 30 minutes. You'll unleash your inner artist at Mindful Doodling, a fun and relaxing get-together hosted by Brittany Floyd and sponsored by the Breakthrough Show Network, helping you to find calm through creative expression. It's just 30 minutes. You bring yourself, you bring a pen and paper, pencil, paper, whatever, and you doodle for a few minutes with Miss Brittany. Check that out. I will be back Friday with a new episode of Project Joy Live, featuring our newest co-host on Project Joy Live, which is my 15-year-old daughter, Dugas. She's bringing that teenage perspective to Project Joy Live this year. I'm both excited and scared, everybody. So get ready for that. And then we have co-working on Friday, and also the season 8 premiere of the Breakthrough Show. Season 8 premiere of the Breakthrough Show. So excited about that, happening at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. Also want to remind everybody that every single day we read Dorothy Auger's For Love poem at 7 a.m. Eastern time. We work out together at 7:15 a.m. Eastern time. And then there's another, in case you're over in a certain person's neck of the woods. There's another community fitness hour that happens at 12 p.m. Eastern time every single day, Monday through Friday. So make sure you guys check that out.
My neck and my back.
That's it. He's good. One day Farron will come and he will show us all up.
One day. Don't hold your breath.
All of the links to connect with Farron are down there in the show notes. Any final words you want to leave with people this morning, Farron?
You asked me about joy, and sometimes, see, one of my issues that I have to now work on is a lot of my conversations are serious. Like, it's challenging to have fun, right? And so to now understand happiness and joy, my grandchildren, when that was the first thing that came to mind outside of me, is the joy of just thinking about my grandchildren.
Yeah.
And my dad, because watching my dad with my daughters is me now with my grandchildren. I'm like, well, no wonder he act like that. Like, no wonder he wanted to talk to them all the time. And so when I'm talking to my grandchildren, like, I hear my dad in what I'm saying to my grandchildren. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's what he would say. That's exactly what I even sound like him.
Yeah.
And so that definitely, as an outside influence, brings me joy, because it's like, that's my legacy right there. That's like, I would never thought about that as a teenager, like that I would be a dad and have grandchildren and things like that. Like, that's different. It's a different life.
Carry that energy into all that other times when you feel like you need to be so serious, and so carry that energy with you and bring that fun with you.
I'm just gonna go to some comedy shows and where I can find a place to release my seriousness.
Or just come on a show with me, because we always laugh and have a good.
Let's play some music. I got a whole list of love songs too, so we go.
I know. Listen, we're gonna be singing all 4 episodes. The first 4 episodes of Beyond 2D.
I got them in order too, like this one, this one, this one.
Get some Tina. What's love got
that's on there.
Got to do with it.
That's on there. Man in
Okay,
the
we have to
Mirror.
stop this. We have to. I will sit here and sing to people for another hour. It's what I will do.
Hey, I got a lot of music stored up in here, so
I love it.
Name
I love
it in
it.
4
Farron,
bars.
thank you for being here with me this morning. I always appreciate you getting up at the crack of dawn to join us on
It only
Project
took
Joy.
2 alarms and 8 snoozes.
You did it. You did it though. And we'll see you next Tuesday. It'll be great.
Yes, thank you for having me, and I appreciate you.
Love it. I love it. I love you guys so much today. I love you like cake and like onions. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you that you are the joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
I've been trying, and I've been lifting myself.